Alrighty, I am Stacy Merrick, PR Director. I am here in Charlotte, North Carolina with Scott Endicott, one of our front-end students who is currently in week 9.
Yeah, week 9, week 10, high up there.
Yeah, so he is almost done starting final projects, and we thought that we would sit down and sort of hear about his background, what led him to the Iron Yard, and just learn a little bit more about where he wants to go after the course. So thank you, Scott.
Sure, glad to be here.
So tell me a little bit about your background before the Iron Yard.
Sure, so I have a English literature degree from Messiah College in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and that kind of offers you 3 different trades. You can go into journalism, publishing, or teaching, and tried all of them, and none of them quite fit. They're great trades, but not for me. So I had some internships doing journalism while in school, and then did about 2 years at a publishing house before I came here.
Very cool. And so what made you turn to coding? What interested you about the tech field, and why did you think that the code school model was how you wanted to do it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, to some degree, practically speaking, getting another 4-year degree just wouldn't be feasible. And so the idea of a 12-week school immediately appealed to me. I found out about it from a friend who had seen me doing some stuff on Code Academy and different things like that. Said, well, why don't you think about this? And so I looked up, like literally Googled exhaustive list of coding boot camps, and there is a list that comes up, and it's really good. And Iron Yard was on there, and I realized that Iron Yard was the biggest school out there. Which is shocking because you guys have been around for 3
Exactly,
years.
It's such a young industry, and to have the history in that is pretty crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, the reason that I was looking at Code Academy and trying those things that led to that friend giving me that idea is that while I was at work, I was the sales coordinator, but they were still figuring out what that meant, and so I had wearing a lot of different hats, and one of those hats, because I was one of the younger people on the team, they were like, oh, we need a new website. That's your job because you're one of the younger people.
Take this.
Yeah, and so I was like doing a little bit of HTML and CSS, and really, that was basically the favorite part of my job. I was like, well, this is such a small part of my job. There's probably a way to make that the biggest part of my job. And so I started practicing at home, and my wife was in grad school, so I was kind of going to be there for at least 2 years while she finished her degree. And so in that time, I started studying online. But just like anything, you can teach yourself it eventually. Yeah. But why take all that time if you can kind of jumpstart and get your foot in the door? Yeah, and so, a lot of what I've been learning is similar to what I was looking at Code Academy, with an instructor there who knows what they're doing, who can help you get past those walls that otherwise would have stopped me for weeks or months, and often did for those 2 years. Suddenly I was moving much faster. From the beginning of 1 week to the end of that same week, I could go as far as I had on my own in months. So
awesome. And so, how has your experience been thus far? Now that you are nearing the end.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's almost the end. I remember watching one of these similar videos and them saying like, you just live and breathe code. That's all that you do, and it's true. That's all that you do, and it's really fun. Been lots of walls that I've hit and then been able to get over, and that's been a great confidence booster. I think that's one of the best things about the Iron Yard is that it's a calculated risk, and it's a hard task, but you can get through it, and realizing that you can is a gift. So it's been, besides just having an instructor here and just the homework every night and everything like that. Just having this community of people who are doing the same thing, who can talk to about this industry that I'm interested in, who can just help jumpstart a career in this field has been just really fun, really fascinating. Fun watching the Iron Yard Charlotte campus grow as well.
Yeah, we are. If you all can sort of see, we are in our new permanent space, and this is our little talk show setup.
This one went up yesterday.
Exactly. So this is new decor.
Yes.
So you are starting your final project. Do you have your concept and the idea you're working on?
Yeah, we do. I have a partner named Jennifer, and we're working. She's the back end, I'm the front end, and we are making a weather Google Maps weather app. So basically, the idea is that if you are going on a long trip, this would be the most useful. Let's say you're going from Boston to Charlotte.
Right.
You're going to not only want to know about traffic, you're also going to want to know about weather.
Yeah.
But if you try to look up weather, you're probably going to look up Boston, you're probably going to look up Charlotte. You're not necessarily going to look up anywhere in the middle. So when you get hit with a blizzard in Maryland and you're stuck, you're going to maybe wish that you had known that beforehand. And so the point of this app, you type in your starting and your ending location and when you're starting, and it just gives you all the weather changes, the main weather changes. And so it kind of highlights anything that they would consider dangerous, I guess, that we would consider dangerous, like a blizzard or a thunderstorm or heavy rain or whatever. And then you can plan accordingly. And if you want to move forward, it will give you essentially what you get with Google Maps, but with weather appended to each direction.
Cool, that's great. And how far along are you all in the process now?
Not that far.
Yeah.
We've done wireframes, which is just whiteboards, kind of drawing out what you do, and user stories, kind of walking through like what is the scope that you can do from start to finish. And so now we're just really getting into the code. It's like day 2 of actually writing code, and so we're just building up the skeleton of it and the structure, and then we'll start styling it, making it look pretty and all that fun stuff, and functional.
Nice. Well, I can't wait to see how it turns out. We can share it with everyone and update this post when we're done with the final product. But thank you so much for telling me about your iron journey and what brought you here. And I'm sure we'll be seeing great things from you in the future.
Yeah, thanks for visiting Charlotte.